Hello, I'm Sleeping Yeti, and this is Tactile Sensation of the Week. Today, I know I did Lego last time, and I know last time was actually 2 weeks ago, making this rapidly turn into Tactile Sensation of the Fortnight, but nonetheless, I have a Lego rubber wheel. I do enjoy these things, and I like the elasticity, obviously. I like the ridged texture. I do like ridged things, just feeling the alternate high pressure and low pressure sensation on my fingernails. Well, actually, yes, fingernails. I know I haven't gotten long ones this week. Even I have to cut them sometimes. But yeah, it is pleasant even then. But the fingertips are where it's really at for me. And also the sensation of flattening it and rolling it against the back of my hand. Well, rolling it normally is pleasant, and interesting feeling the Tyre grooves press. Now, it's interesting that this thing has Tyre grooves, partly for realism, but they look like they're almost designed to do their job of expelling water. They probably wouldn't do it very well, but does seem to be where this thing's coming from. And, sorry, where was I? Rolling it against the back of my hand in a slightly more compressed way, so it's a bit like a tyre, a tank tread almost, except you can feel that it's not meant to be. You can feel the higher pressure, or sort of the higher sort of elastic tension at certain points. Oddly enough, not the centre. The centre's where it's lower. It's sort of raising upward a tiny bit there. So yeah, there's that. Or just generally attempting. I like attempting to preserve. It's difficult trying to roll it round in a way that preserves some shape you've twisted it into. So if I make it a smiley face, can I roll it in a way that preserves that smiley face? I just like feeling the little sudden change in tension as I roll my finger over the top from here to here, and the converse on this side, of course. Just feeling that tension drop, that convexity suddenly turned to concavity. Very sweet. I should stop using vague terms to praise like sweet. That sentence didn't really need that. I think, while I do like the videos, in some ways they're easier to make, the Twitter series, I will say this, might have been better written. So I either need to plan these videos and think more about what I'm going to say, though that may subtract a bit from the spontaneous feel of them, or I need to just be a bit more mindful of avoiding frivolous sentences like, oh, very nice. Anyway. And one of the really cool things, well, obviously, to put some elastic tension into it and stretch it and feel the sudden release is something I like to do. And one of the great things about these is you can turn them inside out, and just simply doing so, feeling the sort of increase in pressure and compression and the sort of pop when it gets into this configuration. Sort of still works nicely. Now, it's much easier. Now, you end up with a pre-stressed structure. The outside is to a certain degree under permanent tension, and I swear you can feel it. The fact that this rubber is not meant to be textured, actually, it's strangely rough, almost skin crawly. It produces... It's weird, my mixed feelings. It produces an unpleasant sensation on the back of my neck to do this, and yet analysing sensations is interesting and I enjoy it. It makes my jaw clench. It's odd. It's a paradox. It's smooth rubber and it feels so... Anyway. So, not going to do that anymore. So the outside's under permanent tension, the inside is under permanent compression as a result of this. So you can sort of feel that going in. And also, its determination to turn, obviously it doesn't want to be this way around, so it will, under any excuse, like, it'll just flip, see? More so than the tyre. You only have to gradually increase the pressure on a point, and eventually it will just cave in because it kind of wants to. Then the smiley face rolling gets in some ways easier, in some ways harder due to the higher friction now that the grooves are on the inside. Doing sort of wavy things like this, though, is a little easier this way around and sort of more pleasant. So that summarises, as best I can, my thoughts on these. Now, I really could just take this round, and I was asked recently, during the week, while I was thinking about the ideas in this video, why I had randomly decided to walk around the corridors of my workplace holding a Lego tyre in my hand. I replied that I was using it as a sort of stress ball. I don't go on about this project at length while I'm at work, really. And that's sort of try. I certainly could use it. I could just fiddle with this to relieve tension all day. I'm likely to take it back to work tomorrow, partly for that purpose, though can certainly think of others. Anyway, I think I'm done here. Same time next week, fortnight, whenever I can be bothered, though the update is probably still going to happen on a Tuesday. Touching Tuesdays, as a friend of mine dubbed them. So yeah, goodbye. When I can find out how to turn this